Well, guys, I was caught completely off guard last night. Found out that Kamala Harris was actually having a sit down. I guess it was really supposed to be kind of like a town hall. It was a bunch of left wing people in there and celebrities. Now, these celebrities weren't actually there. They were on camera. I believe it was who was it? It was some celebrities. Can't think of it off the top of my head. They weren't there in person, but they were on camera. Folks, this was a cringe. I do mean absolutely cringe fest. Oprah is actually hosting. Kamala Harris gets asked very, very simple questions, folks. But to no one's surprise, Kamala Harris does not give answers. Folks, this clip is actually going around, man, of Kamala Harris getting asked about the border. Now, to me, man, this guy, he asked a question on what are you going to do to secure the border? Well, after 3, almost 4 years, you don't know the answer to that question? I mean, Kamala Harris was put in charge of the border. What has she done? Absolutely nothing. Now, if Kamala Harris was actually honest, she would actually say that. But she keeps talking about this quote unquote bipartisan bill that did nothing, absolutely nothing to secure the border. It was going to allow something like 5,000 illegals to come in per day. You guys want to know how many people that is a year? 2 million. All it was going to do was legalize the illegal stuff that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were doing. But of course, you know, these questions at this Oprah town hall, that's just what I'm calling it. Okay. She wasn't going to face any opposition. None. This was a 3-minute word salad, folks, on this question. And by the way, when she got done, she didn't answer the question. Oprah really had to force her into answering the question. Kamala Harris did this during debate too, man. Kamala Harris in that debate with President Trump did not answer questions. And the media isn't forcing her to actually answer the questions. She's not going to do anything, guys. But we must react to this 3-minute filibuster here. Okay? So here we go. Right here, guys. Kamala Harris rambles on for nearly 3 minutes when asked what she will do to secure the border. Now, this young man down here, okay? I'm not going to come down hard on him, all right? But man, if you've been paying attention, you should know she's not going to do anything to secure the border. We saw that President Trump can actually secure the border. And I said this before, guys, President Trump is winning on all the major issues. But there is a concern, folks, that some of these people, probably the vast majority of these people in the crowd, are not voting on the issues. They're voting on emotion. Remember, no one, absolutely no one, voted for Kamala Harris. If the Democrats actually had a real primary, she would be the first one to go, just like in 2020. Actually, she didn't even make it to 2020. She dropped out in December of 2019. But let's go ahead and watch this clip, guys. Here we go.
When you become president, what would be your specific steps? Yeah, of course. What would be specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question.
All right, right there. She starts off, oh, it's a wonderful and important question, which means she really doesn't have an answer to it.
You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney general for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on. Okay. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
No, she hasn't. Look it up. She is not.
I take very seriously the importance of having a secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people. Sadly, where we are now can be traced most recently back to the fact that when the United States Congress, members of the Congress, including some of the most conservative Republicans, came up with a border security bill. And here's what that border security bill would have done. It would have put 1,500 more border agents at the border. Let me tell you, those border agents are working around the clock. It would have just been about giving them some support and relief, which is probably why the border agents actually endorsed the bill.
Actually, it was like one, if I'm not mistaken, like one portion of the Border Patrol supported that. The rest of them didn't. They didn't. It's the same thing, man, when in the debate, I believe it's the debate, where Kamala Harris said the Border Patrol supported her and endorsed her. They immediately came out and said, no, we don't. This one's lying.
It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl. And I'm looking at people from all over the country here. So I don't need to tell the folks who are watching this what fentanyl has done to families, to kids in our country, and the need to take seriously stemming the flow coming into our country and addressing that extraordinary and tragic issue in terms of its effect. The bill would have allowed us to have more resources to prosecute transnational criminal organizations. And it would have been part of the solution. And Donald Trump called up those folks and said, don't put that bill on the floor for a vote. He blocked the bill, and you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Yeah, but that bill was not going to solve the problem. It was going to make it worse. Folks, do your research, man. That bill was going to allow 5,000 illegal aliens into the country every single day. And I'm willing to bet they weren't going to stop at just 5,000. Kamala Harris has done nothing to secure the border. Nothing. You notice, folks, 2 minutes into this, she still hasn't answered this question. But these people are clapping like seals, man. Clapping like seals.
And put his personal political security before border security. Because understand, even in the intervening months, what that bill would have done to give support to folks who care about this issue. And this again gets to the point about what does leadership really look like? And is it about you or is it about the people? Right. Is it about running on problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs, because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer.
Yeah. So right there, guys, Oprah is about to interject because she still has not answered the question. Watch this.
Justin's question, now that that bill has gone and hasn't passed, will you reintroduce that?
Absolutely. And when I am elected president of the United States, I will make sure that bill gets to my desk and I will sign it into law.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah. You guys saw that right there. It's not going to happen. For one thing that's almost guaranteed, guys, is that even if Kamala Harris actually gets into the White House, okay, the Democrats are definitely going to lose the Senate. One of the big reasons is that Joe Manchin, Democrat, retired. And the Republican in West Virginia now, oh boy, he's about to blow the doors off whoever the Democrats actually got up right there. I mean, it's not going to take much. The Republicans only need to get, like 2 seats? And the map for the Republicans in the Senate, for the Senate, very, very favorable. Kamala Harris knows that. That, whatever they call bill, not secure the border bill, is going nowhere because it will not secure the border. And if she was being honest, guys, she would actually admit to, well, look at my record the past 3.5 years. I've done nothing. So for sure, man, she couldn't actually tell this guy what she was actually going to do, because she's already been doing it. Use your brain cells. What did Joe Clark say in Lean On Me movie? Use your brain cells, son. Or something like that he said. Yeah, been a while since I actually saw that movie. But look at this, guys. This is a prime example right here, man, why that border is not going to get secured under Kamala Harris. Over 85% of illegal border crossers are released into U.S. by Biden-Harris admin. Huh. No wonder she couldn't actually answer that question. Because she has no intention whatsoever of securing that border. None, zero, zilch. And President Trump, man, he built most of the wall. And it's actually kind of surprising that he actually built as much as he could, considering, the opposition he actually faced. Under the Harris-Biden administration, guys, it has been a record amount of illegal aliens coming in. Under President Trump, it was microscopic of the number of illegals coming in. And I believe once President Trump gets in, that border is getting shut down. Yes, there's still going to be opposition, man, but I believe President Trump is coming to drop the hammer on that border because he has a massive task of deporting 15 to 20 million illegal aliens that Kamala Harris let into this country. It's her fault, man. It is her fault. This is staggering, man. 85% of illegal border crossers have been released into the U.S. 85%. And Kamala Harris allowed this, folks. She allowed this. That word salad, man, that she actually gave on the border, embarrassing. But of course, the left is actually praising her for that. But don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't fall for it, folks. She's not going to secure that border. Democrats have been in control and they have no plans. Despite what the media is saying, yes, she was the border czar. She never went to the border. I mean, when I believe it was Lester Holt, asked her about going to the border, she cackled. Well, I've never been to Europe either. That's what she said. She said that. He called her out. He said, you ain't been to the border. I haven't been to Europe either. The cackle. That's it. This is why, folks, Kamala Harris will never go on to Fox News. She'll never go on to News Mats or News Nation. She's not going to do it. I mean, I do think the question that the young man actually asked was good. But if this wasn't really, really scripted, I would have said, all right, why didn't you already secure the border? Why was the border secure under President Trump, but not under you and Biden? Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.